So, all right, Harshit. So, I am. We are going to take your mock interview. So, okay. Then, after this session, we will be discussing feedback. So, let's get started. Okay, Rakesh, you can carry on.
Yeah, Harshit, please introduce yourself.
So, first of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Harshit. I basically belong from Lucknow. I passed my BTech last year from Sri Ram Swarup College of Engineering and Management with 74% aggregate. I got 73.2% in my class 12th and 80% in my class 10th. There are total four members in my family, including me, my parents, and an elder sister. And if I talk about my hobbies, I'm very fond of listening to music, traveling, and doing some of the exercises at gym.
Ashish, what is your biggest strength and biggest weakness?
But if I talk about my strength is my habit of taking initiative, my willingness to learn, my dedication towards my work. And if I talk about my weakness is that I am quite shy in nature. And also because of my shy nature, I find it difficult to talk to strange people. And sometimes I also found it difficult to present something in the meeting. And but I'm constantly working on my this weakness by taking initiatives in the groups and also by talking to people as much as I can.
Okay, all right, Ashish. From where did you done your schooling?
Sir, I've done my schooling from Rani Lakshmi Bai, Lucknow.
Okay, so Ashish, why do you want to join Merchant Navy?
Uh, Sir, when I was in the first semester of my BTech, my few of my friends were discussing about the placement scenario after the mechanical engineering. And after that, one of my friend told me that you can go into the merchant navy even after the BTech as a class 4 engineer. On the same day, after reaching to home, I researched about it a lot, and I came to know the adventurous life, the lifestyle, and the huge pay package of the seafarers. And I also found this thing very challenging that how such a few numbers of people on the ship operate such a large ship and deliver the cargo across the world. So these two things made my mind join the merchant navy.
Okay, Harshit, as you know that in this field you have to stay away from your family for a longer period of time,
Yes, I
and you
definitely
said
know that.
you are a hostler. No, you're not a hostler. You're a day scholar in your college time. Is it?
No, no, actually, sir, I passed my BTech last year. I already
So
have
you
passed
are
my
a,
BTech.
no, no, you are a hostler at that time or a day scholar.
At the time, I was a day scholar.
So that means you are not being fond of that away from your family. So how did you manage that?
Sir, at the beginning, it will be a tough time, but to give a wonderful life and a good lifestyle to my family, I have to be far from them.
So Ashish, sorry, Harshit.
What?
Harshit, can you just please explain me what is the difference between two-stroke and four-stroke engine?
Okay, sir, sure. In case of two-stroke engine, the two-stroke engine produces twice the power output as compared to the four-stroke engine. The two-stroke engine consists of a smaller flywheel as compared to the four-stroke engine. The two-stroke engine are the low-speed engine, where the four-stroke engine are the high-speed engine. The lubrication oil that is consumed in the two-stroke engine is more as compared to the four-stroke engine. And also the power to weight ratio of the two-stroke engine is more as compared to the four-stroke engine. And also there are high thermal stresses in the two-stroke engine as compared to the four-stroke engine. And also
Why there
in
are
a
high
high
thermal
speed
stresses in
of the
two-stroke engine?
what's
Why there are high thermal stresses in two-stroke engine?
so in
What is the
two-stroke
reason
engine
behind
there
it?
are high thermal stresses because of the poor scavenging, you can say that.
Okay, just go ahead.
Okay. And so I'm having one more last point that in high speed, the two-stroke engine is less efficient as compared to the four-stroke engine because of the poor scavenging, and also the fuel efficiency of the four-stroke engine is more as compared to the two-stroke engine. So that's it.
So, as you said that we have smaller flywheels in two-stroke and larger flywheel in four-stroke. Why it is so?
Yes.
What is the reason behind it?
So, so because the torque that is produced in the two-stroke engine is more even, or you can say more uniform as compared to the four-stroke engine. That's why in two-stroke engine we use a smaller flywheel.
Okay, what is the function of flywheel?
So, flywheel can be defined as a heavy mass that is connected to the crankshaft, and its function is to store the energy from the power stroke and supply this energy to the other stroke by taking advantage of its large moment of inertia.
Okay, so my next question is, please explain the components of four-stroke diesel engine.
So, can you repeat the question, please?
Components of four-stroke diesel engine.
Four-stroke diesel engine. So, sir, a four-stroke diesel engine consists of a cylinder liner, a piston, a gudgeon pin, a connecting rod. It consists of a valve, a crankshaft, a camshaft, and in between the crankshaft and the camshaft there is a timing gear also. It consists of a push rod, a rocker arm assembly, a valve stem, and inlet and the outlet valve.
We forget the main component, fuel injector.
Okay, so the fuel injector also. I forgot one.
Okay, what is the function of the rocker arm?
So the function of the rocker arm is to operate the valves with the help of the camshaft. The rocker arm acts as a oscillating lever, which is pivoted at a point, which is pivoted in between. And when the push rod lifts it from the one side, from the other side it operates the valve.
Okay, how piston and connecting rods are connected?
What?
How the piston and connecting rod are connected?
So with the help of a gudgeon pin.
Okay, you said that there is a timing chain is there. Timing gear or timing chain? What you said in that?
Yes, it's
Okay,
a timing gear, or it can be a timing chain also.
it can be timing chain. What is the use of what is the piston rings? What are the piston rings and what is the use of it?
Piston rings. So the use of the piston rings is to seal the chamber, dissipate the heat to the cylinder wall, and to wipe out the excess oil that is inside the combustion chamber.
Okay, what is scavenging?
So the scavenging is the process in which the fresh air comes in through the inlet ports and the exhaust gases move out through the exhaust valve.
What are the process?
What's up?
What are the three types of scavenging?
The types of scavenging. The three types of scavenging are the uniflow scavenging, loop scavenging, and the cross flow scavenging.
Can you please explain the loop flow scavenging?
Okay. So in the uniflow scavenging, the inlet ports are on the either sides of the combustion chamber, from where the fresh air comes inside the combustion chamber, and where the Exhaust port is at the top from where the exhaust gases are removed.
I'm talking about the loop flow, not
What?
about
A
the
loop?
unit.
Oh, sorry. In the loop flow, the inlet and the outlet port are on the same side of this combustion chamber so that the fresh air can come inside to the inlet port and it can leave to the outlet port.
Is there any role in the densities?
Yes, there is a role in the densities. The exhaust gases which are warmer. So because of its warmer nature, they are light in density, and because of that, the exhaust gases go on the top. And as the fresh air is cold in temperature and it is having a higher density, so it is below the exhaust gases.
What is the use of stuffing box
So the stepping box
in
is used in
ICE engine?
two-stroke marine diesel engine. Its function is to separate the combustion chamber and the crankcase part of the engine. It's like it is used in two-stroke marine diesel engine to ensure that the combustible material from the combustion chamber do not fall in the crankcase oil and make it dirty.
Okay. What is Archimedes principle?
So can you repeat, please?
What is Archimedes principle?
Archilets, what's the
Archimedes principle.
Archimedes?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry,
What
it's
is
okay. Sir, according to the Archimedes principle, uh, whenever whenever a body is fully or partially immersed inside a liquid, then it is then an upward thrust acts on it, and that upward thrust is equal to the weight of the water that is displaced by the body.
okay? Why does the ship float?
So the ship floats because the upward thrust, or you can say the upward force that is acting on the ship is more as compared to the weight of the water that is displaced by the ship.
Okay, explain the gear pump.
So the gear pumps consist of the two gears. The first gear is the driver and the another gear is the follower. These two gears are meshed together, and with the rotation of these gears, the suction takes place from the one side, whereas the discharge takes place from the other side. The fluid that is to be transported with the help of the gear pump is trapped in between the gear teeth and is progress towards the discharge side.
So, how the pressure is created at the discharge side in gear pump?
Uh, Sir, in gear pumps, we can see that the area of the suction is larger as compared to the area of the discharge. So that's how the pressure is created.
Are you sure about it?
Sorry, sir, I'm sure.
Okay.
Is it wrong?
No, there are some laws. I think I don't know exactly. Can will tell you later about this.
Okay, so make it possibly tell it by the evening because I'm having my interview tomorrow.
Yes,
Okay.
what?
How the pressure is created at the discharge side of gear pump?
How pressure is created at the discharge site of care pump? Okay, just sending you right now, right away after this interview. Okay,
Okay.
so I find you very studious guy. Okay, and how much siblings you have?
Sir, I'm only having an elder sister.
Elder sister. I find you very cruel because in a day of this, in this world, you will be living far away from your family. What about your old father, mother? Are you not supposed to be a good son since you are
Sir, I'm
seeming
a
like
very
a
good.
you
Yes,
are
sir,
very
I'm
good?
a very good son. That's why I am going far away from my family to to complete their needs and to give them a good lifetime. And as per I think there will be no problem to my parents, as all my relatives are just a few blocks away from my house, and a few of my cousins are really close to me. And what I think, they are way more good and responsible than me, so they will take care of my family in my absence.
So you are irresponsible somehow,
No,
somehow,
I'm not
some
irresponsible.
somehow.
So to fulfill the needs of the family, a man has to go outside and
Okay.
work.
Why merchant
Why
navy?
merchant navy?
There are,
So
since
because
there are many other fields. After all, since you are a lone child of your father mother, and I don't see any alone child do that. In the risk
You know, in
of
the risk.
in the mid ocean, anything can be happen. Okay, anything can happen. And after you, what is going to happen after, it will be very hard for your family to survive without you. And
uh, as per I think risk is everywhere. What happened if I am going on the road and I got hit by a truck? Risk is everywhere. And as per I talk, going to the merchant navy, I am not that kind of guy who can do a 9 to 5 job. Like I am just rid of that daily routine. So to get an adventurous life, a good lifestyle, and at the same time a huge pay package, I have to join the merchant navy.
adventurous life, what do you mean by adventurous life?
So adventurous life, by the adventurous life, I mean like not following a daily routine on the daily basis. I'm not that kind of guy who has to uh, play a same role every day.
So basically, you mean unpunctual, irresponsible, not very disciplined, waking not on a regular basis at the same time. It's like that only. Means you are adventurous. You are considering this only. If you are
No, no, no,
considering
no.
this, that
You
is not
cannot
there.
say that.
So what you are considering? According to your definition, you are seeming like this only.
You know, by the adventurous life, I not meant that I am irresponsible or I am not punctual. By the adventurous life, I mean not following a daily routine to like
So
every day,
you, what
like
do you
doing
think?
something
Sellers,
new, doing
sellers don't
something new
find
every day.
daily routine. They don't take soundings. They don't watch daily.
Sir, everyone has their own taste. I'm talking about my taste.
So you are not going to watch daily. No, you are not going to give a watch keeping your job daily, like follow your job of that cadet for watch keeping.
No, but sir, surely I will follow my job. But what I think in the if I'm in the merchant navy, I will like every new day I will get new tasks. I will face new problems. I will and I will also learn new things on a new day.
Okay. So you are going to be lonely all over for this longer period of time, and
Sir, I am
away
very
from
good at making friends,
good at
so I
making
don't
friends. The
think I
same
will.
phase, they are your seniors more. You can't be very friendly
Can't
with
be
them.
very friendly with them.
So how
I
are you are going to
How
tackle that loneliness?
that loneliness?
so I don't think I will be lonely there. I enjoy my own company.
What is meant by your own
What is
company?
So that means I can enjoy my work. I can enjoy uh, by thinking of my past memories.
Okay.
And so that's the way I can enjoy. That's
But
it.
have you never heard of the living in the present is the way of life? And you are talking about past memories. The person
To
who
make to make my to make myself like
basically to
more hard.
give basically to give an illusion to yourself to not get depressed in a case of in a
Yes,
manner.
yes, yes.
Yes.
You are
Oh,
right.
I am
You
so
are right.
right. Okay. So you like more
Harshit,
illusion than reality, to face a reality.
I'm not saying that throughout the day
You
I
just
will
said,
imagine that things.
okay.
I have not said that I in my spare time I will memorize my old memories and I will enjoy it. Not throughout the day. At the time of the work, I will work hard, and
What are the old
at
good
my spare
memories
time.
till date you are having?
So my memories with my siblings, my memories with my parents, that's the memory I remember, and also my the memories with my college friends.
That is also emotional one.
No, I think there is no emotional one. But I think that these much memories for surviving for the 6 months on the ship are more than enough.
Okay, all right. Last time when did you cried?
Sir, I cried last time when I got rejected in the interview because
Rejected.
at that time I think I was a little bit immature and I didn't prioritize my problems that basically my mistakes that I did in my interview, and rather than I cried, and that was a big mistake that I made. And after that, I promised that I will never cry.
You will never cry in any
Never.
case.
No, I will not cry because of my. If there is my mistake, I will never cry. I will learn from my mistake, and if there is not my mistake, and it's like someone is
Someone
with
other
the
mistake
situation,
yours.
yes,
Okay. All right. Okay.
right.
What do you think? Crying is not good for men.
No, sir, it is good,
It is
but
good.
I think it is good. Yes, that if you are crying, that after
Don't you
crying
think
you
it's a
feel
symbol
like
of
a bit.
weakness? Men should be harder.
No, no, sir. Men can cry because I am telling the reason why men can cry. Because, sir, after crying, you feel a bit relaxed. You feel like something a load that is on your head has been removed.
Uh,
That you feel like
does
after
crying
crying.
does crying makes you stare up the if you have to stare up the climb up the mountain top? Does crying makes you any step ahead?
But it will not. But it will definitely give me the guts to move ahead.
Crying gives
Like
guts or
I am talking
opposite?
about me. What, sir?
Okay, choose one. Men can cry. Men should not cry.
Men can cry, but not every time. They can cry
Choose one.
occasionally, like once or
Listen.
twice in
Work
a
on your
week.
listening skill. Men can cry. Men should not cry.
Men can cry.
You know.
You know,
Suppose a situation in
suppose
your
a
family.
situation in your family.
Okay.
Yes.
Any
Okay.
mishap happens. Okay. And you are the eldest one there. In that case, you had two chances that you can also participate. You could also participate with your family and start blabbering, crying, and weeping in that mishap, or you made yourself very hard and you did the job that is for antim sanskar, that is for last rite, and with the pure responsibility, and you could have done the give the moral support to other people that I am still there, I am still here for you people, no need to like so which one you would have chosen that?
Sir, I would have given the priority to live for the rituals, and after doing all the rituals, I would have cried. I would have cried a lot.
Okay. So basically, you are saying that in front of everyone, like you in front of everyone, you show yourself very hard,
A tough
very
man,
a tough man, so that other people
and
can get empathy from that, can get support, moral support that there is a one tough man that who are going to take care of that after that. But
this sir.
okay, all right. I like that answer. All right. So. Rakesh, you can carry on with your technical.
Sir, before starting, can I have a sip of water?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yes, sir.
What are the safety of compressors? Your compressor.
Sir, can you repeat?
Safeties of air compressor.
So if I talk about the safeties of the air compressor, there is a relief valve and there is a bursting disc and water high temperature tip and motor overload trip, relieve boil low pressure trip, relieve boil low pressure alarm, and also the air high temperature trip.
Location of fusible plug, and what is the function?
The function of the fusible plug.
Yes. And what is the location in air compressor?
So first of all, the fusible plug is located near the air bottle in between the relief valve and the air bottle. And the function of the fusible plug is to release the pressure by fusing the metal when the air temperature reaches to an unsafe limit.
And you said that bursting disk is there.
Yes.
What is the function of that? And what is the
The
location?
bursting disk is located at the water side of the air compressor, at the after cooler and the intercooler. The function of the bursting disk is to burst and release the pressure when the pressure reaches to an unsafe limit, or pressure exceeds the working pressure.
Okay. So the next question is explain VCRS cycle.
So the VCRS consists of the four main parts: the evaporator, compressor, condenser, thermostatic expansion valve. So first of all, the low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant from the evaporator goes to the compressor and is compressed and is converted into a high pressure and high temperature vapor refrigerant. Further, the refrigerant goes to the condenser and is condensed or cooled and is converted into a high pressure liquid refrigerant. After that, the refrigerant goes to the dryer from where all the moisture from the refrigerant is removed. Further, the refrigerant goes to the thermostatic expansion valve. The thermostatic expansion valve regulates the flow of the refrigerant inside the evaporator, and the thermostatic expansion valve acts like a small orifice where a sudden drop in the temperature and the pressure takes place. So it converts the refrigerant into a low pressure and low temperature liquid plus vapor refrigerant. After that, the refrigerant goes to the evaporator, and after the evaporator, it is again converted into a low pressure and low temperature vapor refrigerant. So that's it.
Okay, okay. You said there is a dryer in that.
Yes, sir.
What is the function of that and why we are using that dryer?
So can you repeat the question?
What is the function of dryer and why we are using that?
Dryer in
So
VCR
the
cycle.
dryer, okay. So the dryer in the VCR system is used to remove the moisture from the refrigerant.
From
Why?
where moisture comes in the refrigerant, like in that
And
cycle.
what happen if the moisture is there?
And from where comes
So if
and
the
from
moisture,
where what it happens.
so sorry, but I don't know from where the moisture comes, but I can answer like what can happen if the moisture comes in. So can I answer that question?
Yeah, just go.
Okay. So if the moisture enters inside the VCRS system, there will be formation of the frost on or the formation of the freezing in the thermostatic expansion valve. There will be a creation of the low pressure at the evaporator side, and also there will be a creation of the high pressure at the condenser side.
How 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 low pressure at evaporator side and how high pressure at condenser side?
So the low pressure at the evaporator side is due to the blockage at the in the evaporator coils.
Why it is not good
It
having
is
low
not good
pressure
having low pressure
at evaporator side?
at the what? No, no, it is not. If the moisture comes inside the ecosystem or the VCR system, then there will be a formation of the low pressure at the evaporator side, evaporator coils, and that's not good for the system.
Low pressure at the evaporator side is not good for the like refrigeration effect, producing a refrigeration effect.
So the low pressure is required at a desired limit, at a desired range. But the low pressure that will create because of the moisture, it will be way more lower.
Wait. Have you heard of quality of refrigerant? That is the it requires low boiling point.
Yes, low boiling point.
Are you agree?
Yes.
Okay, do you agree? You know, creation of low pressure also helps in lowering the boiling point of a material, of a fluid.
So can you repeat the question, please?
If there is low pressure,
Yes.
okay, that also inhibits the low pressure of the fluid, like it lowers the boiling point. Suppose if you are having atmospheric pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure on earth, the boil will have a boiling point 100 degree celsius. But if you go upside, like up
Yes, yes,
on the
yes.
mountain, then there will
Yes.
you will have low pressure, then there will increase a boiling point. So
So
as I
there
said,
will be there is an advantage, but
listen
that's
listen
of no
listen
use.
listen carefully. I said, so you said you agreed upon the thing that the lower boiling point will be a good refrigerant. Like the more lower boiling point, the more efficiency. In a case of, okay, so lowering of pressure will inhibits helps in the lowering of boiling point of that refrigerant. So why it is not good?
Okay, sir, I will explain you that. Sir, yes, you are right that if we will attain a lower boiling point of the refrigerant, that will be good for the refrigerant, but it is of no use because the frost has already formed on the inlet of the thermostatic expansion valve. So there will be no flow of refrigerant.
And how high pressure is creating at the condenser side because of that moisture?
And also, sir, I've also stated that yes, there will be a high pressure at the condenser side.
How how it is creating high pressure?
So because I have already told you that at the evaporator side, there will be a low pressure due to the blockage, and due to the blockage at the evaporator side, the condenser will get a high pressure. Like it's all because of the blockage.
Blockage. It does not affect any type of any adverse effect on compressor. It does not produce any adverse effect on compressor.
No, sir. So
Have
the
you never
compressor will
heard
remain
that the
same.
compressor while compressing it is making we ensure that there should not be any kind of possible fluid
Moisture. Yes,
moisture,
yes, yes. Yes,
otherwise
sir.
from
But I already
compressor.
told you that there will be a blockage on the evaporator side. So there will be no flow of refrigerant towards the compressor.
No, if there is moisture, there is no flow of refrigerant in the VCR. Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I think that. I'm not sure, but I think that
Where so the why people why there is an
you are not
example
audible.
okay, why we get the example of damaging of compressor because of the moisture in the compressor. If it is not flowing, it is not taking the flow of refrigerant, then how compressor is damaging?
Sir, if that happens, the moisture enters, there will be a blockage at the evaporator side. So, if the moisture will enter, then the refrigerant will not go towards the compressor side.
You need to cross check this, okay, after interview.
And let me know about that.
Okay, I'm not agree with your concept. Okay, all right. So compression process is which type of thermodynamic process?
It is an ice, so the compressor, right?
Yeah, yeah, compressor.
The compressor is an isentropic process.
What do you mean by isentropic process?
So, adiabatic process in which the heat neither leaves or enters the system.
It is what type of
There is no
adiabatic?
transfer of heat.
Okay, okay. What is the adiabatic process like? Which reversible or irreversible?
It is a reversible process.
Reversible adiabatic process is known as isentropic compressor. Okay, all right.
Yes.
Isentropic process. What is heat exchanger?
So heat exchanger transfers the heat from a body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature.
Condenser and evaporator are heat exchangers or not?
Condenser, yes, they are.
How? How
So
you
because
explain?
at the evaporator side, due to the absorption of the heat, the refrigerant is changing its condition, and also at the condenser side, due to the
Wait.
rejection of the heat.
You just said the heat exchanger transfer heat from higher temperature to lower temperature. You said that.
Yes.
You said that. In a case of evaporator, the temperature of atmosphere is already high. Still, in the case of okay, in a case of suppose in a case of condenser, okay, the temperature of evaporate atmosphere is very high. Okay, then also condenser reject heats to the atmosphere.
So I think I do not know the exact definition of the heat exchanger. That can be a problem.
No, you told the right thing in a natural thing, but due to the extra work which you are doing now, due to the external work, that is without you have heard of second law of thermodynamics, that heat cannot flow from high to low without any
Without any external aid.
external aid.
Yes.
So in a case of
So there
evaporator,
is the external aid.
uh, because what evaporator does, it takes heat from the lower temperature. Okay, you're taking okay. So what is happening? From low temperature, heat is flowing through the high temperature. Okay.
Yes.
All right. In a case of condenser, why my voice is echoing? Okay. All right.
And sir, what is the external aid?
External aid is electric motor compressor is all this working.
Okay.
Okay.
So the compressor is the external aid you can say that
Okay.
that is getting the flow.
There is also electricity in the case of condenser, na heat exchanger.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Harshit, I have a question. Uh,
Yes.
what is the temperature of refrigerant after the condenser and
After
at the
the
evaporator?
condenser, at the evaporator.
Yeah,
At the
after the
evaporator,
condenser. Yeah.
the temperature is from minus 18 degrees Celsius to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
After the condenser,
Okay.
No, no, at the evaporator he's asking.
inlet. Okay.
No, okay. After the condenser.
I don't know that.
In a terms of high pressure, low temperature, in a terms of this speaks only that. What will be?
Okay, after the condenser, the condition of the refrigerant will be a high pressure liquid refrigerant
High pressure liquid refrigerant. A high
at
pressure
medium temperature.
medium temperature. Okay. Then after it goes through the thermostatic expansion valve. Okay. All right.
Yes, after passing to a
Okay.
dryer.
Okay. In isenthalpic process, temperature is constant or it decreases or increases. Three options you are
In
having.
isenthalpic process, the temperature is not constant.
Are you
No, no,
sure?
no.
In a isenthalpic, what is isenthalpy? Enthalpy constant.
There is a decrease. There's a decrease in the
There,
temperature, I think.
in a case of isenthalpic process, listen.
Yes.
In a case of enthalpy, okay. What is isenthalpic process? Enthalpy is constant. Enthalpy is nothing but the function of temperature. Is it or not?
Mhm. Yes, it is.
It is. So how you are saying that the temperature is will decrease?
So I'm not sure about that.
Okay, all right. In a case of refrigerant,
Represent
thermostatic expansion valve,
valve,
like
like
in that process,
yeah,
the temperature of refrigerant in that isenthalpic process, you know about that, that the thermostatic
was like
static expansion valve is an
yeah,
process is an isenthalpic process. In that process, temperature of the refrigerant decreases or not?
yes, or yes, it decreases
Why it is decreases, but in a case of isenthalpic process, temperature don't decrease? I am very sure about it.
and very strong because there is an increase in the volume, and according to the
There is an increase in the
volume,
volume, then that is also accompanied by the decrease in pressure. That is high pressure coming from the condenser is decreasing only.
so let me finish.
Okay.
So because of the increase in the volume, according to the Boyle's law, because of the increase in the volume, there will be a decrease in pressure. And according to the Gale-Lussac law, the pressure and temperature are directly proportional. So with the decrease in the pressure, there is a decrease in the temperature.
Decrease in temperature.
Is it applicable for idle?
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, you just mentioned ideal gas. Does it applicable ideal gas for any kind of refrigerant or ideal gas, ideal fluid?
No, I'm not sure about that.
These
So,
law are these laws are only meant for ideal gas laws. Okay.
okay.
How come you are applying this law here?
So can you like please get me the exact answer?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. My initial
Actually,
question was
was
my initial question
my
was
initial question.
as we discussed that the isenthalpic process in isenthalpic process temperature will be constant, but in a case of thermostatic expansion temperature is not constant, it is also lowering. You mentioned that there will be high pressure and low medium temperature liquid of refrigerant there, and after going from tx valve there will be the low temperature and low pressure liquid that is called chilled liquid refrigerant. Okay, so temperature is reducing. You know why?
Why?
Because refrigerant is not an ideal fluid. If it was ideal fluid, then only temperature would have constant in a case of isenthalpic process. You are getting me?
Mm-hmm.
Cross check from your
Please
side
take from
also
your
uh, after
uh,
interview. Okay,
after interview.
this was the question
This was the question.
that has been asked in a case of Rishi Rana sir, I guess. All right.
But
So
you can ask you can answer this idle gas laws in case of Briganza, sir. Because most probably he wants that laws only.
in a case of, but yeah, that laws are always applicable for that na, for ideal
I've
gas na.
also heard it from somewhere that if this question will like raise, then you have to mention the gas laws.
Yeah,
I
but
heard it
only in
from
case of
somewhere.
Briganza, sir.
Huh?
Yes, in
The
case of Uganda.
the science is
It's
different for
changing with
different.
the interviewer.
भाई Briganza,
Yes,
या Briganza को यही सुनना है.
like like in the
Like
yesterday
we
interview, we can.
discussed the whole meeting regarding this only, me and Kamlesh. Let's see.
Yep.
Hope you speak and what was the result after that? Tell us.
अरे,
No, no. Just confirm it from the Kamlesh.
No, no, he didn't
Definitely,
get
he
this
may
question.
ask his question.
He didn't get this question. Okay. All right. Moving into the next part. Rakesh, you can carry on with the questions.
okay, if this question will rise, I will like answering with the help of the gas laws in case of
Yeah.
Uganda.
Uh,
Okay.
So
Yes.
you can
You
answer
can.
this like yeah, it is refrigerant by considering refrigerant fluid behavior. What is this? Yeah, behavior behavior is like a ideal fluid. We can apply this and then अगर वो फंसाएगा in a case of temperature क्यों कम हो रहा है कह देंगे कि since it is not an ideal gas. ठीक है, but real gas जो है हमारा आइडियल गैस की तरह कब
Ideal gas.
बिहेव करता है? हाई प्रेशर और लो टेम्परेचर पे. पढ़ा है कभी बचपन में? अभी आशीष ने
हम्म,
डिस्कस किया।
आशीष ने डिस्कस किया।
रियल गैस कब आइडियल
क्या
गैस,
क्या रिपीट करना?
रियल गैस कब आइडियल गैस की तरह वो करता है, रियल गैस आइडियल गैस की तरह कब बिहेव करता है?
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
ठीक है, जब हाई
अ,
टेम्परेचर, अभी हम
हाँ
ये है इसको क्रॉस चेक करेंगे, हाई टेम्परेचर होता है और लो, सॉरी हाई प्रेशर होता है, सॉरी हाई प्रेशर और लो टेम्परेचर पे। कंडेंसर के बाद तो प्रेशर तो हाई ही रहता है क्योंकि कांस्टेंट प्रेशर पे रिएक्ट करता है, और टेम्परेचर को इतना लो
हाँ।
मान सकते हैं कि हम बिहेवियर मान सकते हैं ना। अभी तक तो यही है ना। ठीक है, इसको हम क्रॉस चेक कर
ये
लेंगे।
ऐसे मतलब कि
लेकिन
एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, कल अगर आएगा इंटरव्यू में तो ऐसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे
हम्म,
कि वॉल्यूम अगर इंक्रीज होगा
हम्म,
तो प्रेशर डिक्रीज होगा
हम्म,
अकॉर्डिंग टू बॉयल्स लॉ,
हम्म,
और अकॉर्डिंग टू गेल उसेक लॉ
हम्म।
अगर वॉल्यूम डिक्रीज होगा तो टेम्परेचर भी डिक्रीज होगा।
गेल उसे,
कल के
गेल
इंटरव्यू में
उसे
ऐसा
में
पूछ,
तो वॉल्यूम कांस्टेंट होता है भाई साहब।
नहीं नहीं, गेल उसेक में वॉल्यूम प्रेशर कांस्टेंट होगा शायद।
प्रेशर,
कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम
प्रेस
रहता है भाई।
कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम है, प्रेशर
वॉल्यूम,
जो है अवोगाड्रो लॉ में
अच्छा
कांस्टेंट
हाँ हाँ
होता है।
हाँ 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 हाँ। तो मतलब कि भाई दोबारा सुनो इसमें,
हाँ।
जब वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज होगा
हम्म,
तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दी बॉयल्स लॉ प्रेशर डिक्रीज होगा, और अकॉर्डिंग टू गेल उसेक लॉ जब प्रेशर डिक्रीज होगा तो टेम्परेचर भी डिक्रीज होगा।
तो उस समय तो कंडीशन लगाना पड़ेगा वॉल्यूम
कौन,
कांस्टेंट है।
हाँ ये तो बात है, पर तुम क्या एक्सप्लेन करेंगे ये तो समझ नहीं आ रहा। उस समय तो
इसका
कंडीशन
क्या
आ रही
किरण जवाब देगा, किरण 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 से एक
ठीक
बार
है।
बात करना और हमें रिकॉर्डिंग भी भेजना उसका। ठीक है।
है।
ओके। तो यार हम्म सो एनीवन यू नो
और
दैट,
गियर पंप में उसने मेरे को लास्ट टाइम ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था।
क्या पूछा था?
हाँ, गियर पंप का भी पूछ लेना कि वो कैसे प्रेशर क्रिएट करता है डिस्चार्ज साइड पे।
हाँ
जान
हाँ
एम
ये
ऑडिबल?
तो मैं भेजता हूँ, ठीक है। मैं भेजता हूँ उसको, गेयर पंप वाला ना, गेयर पंप उसके
हाँ
स्ट्रक्चर
हाँ।
पे डिपेंड करता है। क्या नाम है, मेरे पास एक्सप्लेनेशन है, अभी मैं भेज रहा हूँ, अभी पढ़ के देखो समझ जाते हो क्या?
अब फोन बंद है,
फोन बंद
बंद
है?
है फोन।
तो
चैट पे लिख दो, चैट पे।
चैट पे भेज रहा हूँ। हाउ नेगेटिव प्रेशर इज क्रिएटेड एट द गेयर पंप ना।
डिस्चार्ज साइड ऑफ, या
नेगेटिव प्रेशर तो इनलेट पे होगा ना, तभी खींचेगा।
हम्म।
एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था?
लाइक दो क्वेश्चन है कि हाउ प्रेशर इज क्रिएटेड एंड हाउ नेगेटिव प्रेशर इज क्रिएटेड, हाउ प्रेशर is created at the discharge side and how negative pressure is created at the suction side.
डिस्चार्ज साइड में तो, सक्शन साइड में तो,
प्रेशर इज क्रिएटेड एट द साइड ऑफ।
सक्शन में क्या होता है कि जब जैसे ही वो छोटा सा पाइप बड़ा वॉल्यूम हो जाता है, बड़ा वॉल्यूम होता है अचानक से उसमें, बड़ा वॉल्यूम होने के बाद क्या होता है कि जैसे ही वॉल्यूम बढ़ा, प्रेशर कम होगा, है कि नहीं? सिंपल अपना कौन सा लॉ, बॉयल्स लॉ है। ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद वो ट्रैप होता है, उसका मैकेनिकल कंपोनेंट की वजह से उसमें लिक्विड में वो लिक्विड फंस जाता है, वो फोर्स करता है, वो फोर्स करता है जब, तब डिस्चार्ज साइड में वहाँ फेंकता है। ये वो चीज़ मैं सक्शन साइड का भी था, वो पॉजिटिव साइड का भी बता दूंगा। ठीक है।
ओके ज्ञान,
हम्म।
आई हैव टू लीव।
ओके, यू लिव,
एक्चुअली आई
आई,
हैव सम वर्क, आई हैव टू लीव।
ओके
ओके,
ओके, बाय, टेक केयर।
जस्ट कंटिन्यू विद
ओके
दिस। ओके।
ओके हर्षित, सो हैव यू एनी आइडिया ऑफ शिप्स इंजन?
Yes, so the ship engine is the two-stroke marine diesel engine.
Okay, and what about auxiliary engine?
So it is a four-stroke diesel engine.
Have you any idea that why two stroke is used as main engine and four stroke is used as auxiliary engine? What are
Yes.
the reasons behind it?
So because the two-stroke engine has the capability to burn the low grade fuel because of its high stroke length, and also because of the high power to weight ratio of the two-stroke engine, we can carry more cargo on ship, and also the reversing is possible in the two-stroke engine, and the direct starting of the two-stroke engine is like easier as compared to the four-stroke engine, and also the maintenance required in the two-stroke engine is less as compared to the four-stroke engine, and also because the two-stroke engine is a low-speed engine, so there is no need of speed reduction and the gear
Two
reduction
stroke
arrangement
engine
in
is
it.
low speed engine, are
Because
you so?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
Low speed.
Yes,
Why is low
it
speed?
is also mentioned. What?
Because two engine revolution of crankshaft is number of frequency of revolution of crankshaft.
I don't know the reason why, but I'm for sure that it is a low speed engine because it is mentioned in the dimmer package in the differentiation part.
Okay, all right. And for you didn't spoke about four stroke for auxiliary engine.
I already compared
Okay.
in between
You
them.
said also it's a bi-directional engine.
Yes, two stroke is a bidirectional engine. It can be reversed.
It can be reversed. All सही है. And how aeroplane flies? What is the principle behind it?
I don't remember that.
Have you heard of Bernoulli principle?
Yes,
What's that?
so it is a relation between the kinetic energy, the potential energy, and the pressure energy. The sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy and the pressure energy is constant for a fluid particle moving from one phase to another.
Okay. Moving air moving with high speed will create high pressure or low pressure.
Air moving with high speed,
Air moving with high speed will create low pressure or high
low
pressure.
pressure,
Low pressure.
low pressure.
From which principle these are coming? This statement comes
Banarasi question.
Bernoulli principle. Alright. So in a case of aeroplane, what happens to aeroplane's wings are made such like that the upper part, okay, have high velocity than lower part, okay, you know, in terms of velocity speed time, what is the equation?
So in terms of
Velocity speed time, what is the equation? Velocity
the
distance time,
velocity is equal to distance upon time.
distance upon time. So so wings is made such like that the upper the upper distance the upper distance of the wing and the lower distance of wing, like upper distance is high and lower distance is like low uh, to cover, okay. So in a same period of time it has to cover the same distance air. If you consider the air above it, at the same period of time wing is made such like that the upper has larger like large distance have to clear, okay. हिंदी में समझाता हूँ, ठीक है. एरोप्लेन का कॉन्सेप्ट में ऐसा होता है कि एरोप्लेन्स का विंग्स जो होता है ऐसे बना होता है कि जो ऊपर का जो है डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करना होता है ना एयर को, वो डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा करना पड़ेगा लोअर वाले से, ऐसे विंग को बनाते हैं. चूंकि टाइम हमारे पास सेम है डिस्टेंस सेव करने, तो इसका अपर वाले को वेलोसिटी ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए, तो अपर जो है मूव
So
ज़्यादा
distance
करेगा. तो वो जैसे
distance of velocity is directly proportional to
हाँ,
it.
ठीक है. तो जैसे ही वो ज़्यादा ऊपर वाला मूव करेगा तो ऊपर वाले पोर्शन में लोअर प्रेशर ज़्यादा क्रिएट होगा, ठीक है. ये ऊपर लोअर प्रेशर इससे ज़्यादा, तो ये फ्लूइड कैसे मूव करती है, हाई प्रेशर टू लो प्रेशर, है ना, तो लिफ्ट करेगा उसको.
Okay.
समझा? गॉट इट. ऑल राइट. सो वाई वी सी स्काई कलर ब्लू? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Sir, because the Earth atmosphere consists of the dust particles, many gases, and it also consists of the water molecules. So when the sunlight strikes these molecules, the light gets scattered. And however, not all the light is scattered equally.
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
According to the Rayleigh law of scattering, the intensity is inversely proportional to the fourth power of the wavelength. So because of that, the indigo, blue, and violet light scatters the most. But since our human eye is more sensitive towards the blue color, so that's why the sky appears blue to us.
ऑल राइट. सो हर्षित, what is the particular effect name for which you are explaining? What is this effect name? You know?
Scattering.
Yeah, it's a scattering only, a scattering of light. Since blue, violet, indigo are having high frequency, so they will reflect more with the particles in a atmosphere. So uh, we able to, like, we see more color of sky, more bluish or something. It's a relay effect. Okay, relay effect of scattering of light.
I already mentioned that. Rayleigh law of scattering.
You said that. Okay.
R. Yes, yes, I already said that.
Okay.
Rayleigh.
Okay.
Rayleigh law
Okay.
of scattering.
Okay. What is dispersion?
What is um, dispersion? I think I don't know the exact definition, but I will try to. Dispersion is the, you can say, when a white light falls on a pyramid, it emits light of the seven colors. That is called dispersion, I
Correct.
think.
Correct. Correct. Um, how many bones do you a man have?
206. Can you tell me the questions that were asked by the Kamlesh?
Right now I
What were
don't
the
have the
questions?
questions. Okay. Like he asked from IC engine. Okay.
Hmm.
Some of the engine he evaporator coil temperature he had been asked. Gear pump.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Hmm. Did he
The
ask that how the pressure is created in the gear pump? He asked or not?
what is external gear pump? He had been asked.
The external gear pump is the same that is in the Dreamer.
There are two types of gear pump, internal and external.
But the one that is being explained in the Dreamers package, that is the external one.
Yeah, ठीक है मैं रिकॉर्डिंग आई एम गोइंग टू सॉर्ट ऑफ रिकॉर्डिंग फिर डिस्कस करेंगे ठीक है
Hmm. और